what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Good Friday morning, middle of March, and you would be expecting to hear that it's going to be hot and sunny today. But I'm sorry to say it's going to be sunny and chilly today. So if you're waking up this morning and you're really feeling the urge to hit snooze and pull those cover over your head, I can understand why, because we're checking in about 11 degrees in Avon right now. Going to warm up slightly today, and of course we'll have a full look at the weather forecast for the weekend coming up here on Good Morning Vail. A good morning to you. I am Tracy Miller, and we will be joined by Mark Sassy, who's out in the field today, and hopefully he's wearing his green and he's bundled up, because not only is it a chilly Friday morning, but it's also St. Patrick's Day. Legend says you better wear your green today or the leprechauns will be pinching you, because what happens is if you wear green, then you're invisible to those little rascals, and if they see you, they want to pinch you. And I was thinking about it as I was driving to work today. Okay, I finally found something green, and I have to give props to my girlfriend Kim, who was trying to convince me to meet her out later on today to have some green drinks. And I was like, oh, is it St. Patrick's Day tomorrow? And she, of course, threw her hands up in the air. I could tell this all on text. Threw her hands up in the air and was like, Tracy, yes, it's St. Patrick's Day. And the legend is the leprechauns are coming out. They are going to pinch you if you don't have any green on. But I always remember other people pinching me when I didn't have any green on. And I was thinking, I wonder if that still happens nowadays, because if you're going into the workplace today and you're not donned in green from head to toe, I bet you $1,000,000 no one is pinching you. I bet you that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, no one is pinching you. So I'm going to say, make it easy for everybody, because nobody wants to get in trouble. Nobody wants to invade your personal boundaries, and have some fun with St. Patrick's Day. It's probably just not allowed anymore. So wear some green today, be invisible to the leprechauns, and just give everybody around you a pass on having to wonder if they can pinch you or not. Well, like I said, it is a chilly day, and spring is on its way. And one of the greatest things about spring around here is not the melting snow, and it's not all the smell of animals all over the place. It's that Vail Mountain keeps their lifts open until 4 o'clock on the front of the mountain. Today is the first day that they're doing that. My daughter and I were actually out yesterday afternoon, late in the afternoon, and I'm going to say a little word to the wise, and things change daily on the slopes. But those northwest facing slopes were a little bit harder packed. I think they got nice and warm and then cooled down. So those northwest facing slopes on the front of the mountain were a little hard packed, and we tried to race down them to get there and do another run, but they closed the lifts at 3:30 yesterday. And today, yay, it's a sign of spring. They're closing the lifts on the front of Vail Mountain at 4 o'clock. And of course, we'll have more of that coming up later on the resort report. A lot of great things to get outside and do here in the Vail Valley. And one of our favorite folks here at TV8 is outside. It's Mark Sassy. He might be talking about a little fishing today. We'll have to see. Maybe some of those rainbow trout have a nice line of green in them, so the leprechauns won't be bothering them. But I know Mark usually acts like a leprechaun himself and pulls some tricks on his kids. So let's check in with Mark outside in the cold and see if he is pulling tricks on anyone today. Morning, Mark.
Always pulling tricks, Tracy. Always got something up my sleeve. I am wearing a little bit of green today on my sneakers. I didn't really register, even though I knew it was St. Patrick's Day. I didn't think twice about that. But good information about the leprechauns. And I remember back in the day when my kids were smaller, the leprechauns would come to our house in the morning, and they would be mischievous, and they would rearrange all the furniture in our house and do crazy stuff with the pots and pans. And I do think they did that again today, even though my kids are about to graduate from high school. I think they came by to surprise them. Let's look at our weather. Like you said, Tracy, it was cold down there in Avon this morning. It is definitely chilly up here in Vail first thing this morning. We'll see temperatures around 8 o'clock this morning, about 10 degrees. It's probably easily low single digits here right now. Clear skies, not much of a breeze at all. We are going to see sunshine all day long around Eagle County, and our high temperature for Vail, a little bit cooler than what we've seen, 32 for that high temperature, probably around 2 to 3 o'clock in the afternoon, with a slight breeze, 5 to 10 miles per hour. As you look at the hourly, once again, sunshine all day long, clear this evening, temperatures midday in the 30s. Until then, we're looking to the 20s on either end of those 30s around 12 and around 4 p.m. Denver temperatures today, a little bit cooler than yesterday. I think they were close to 70 degrees yesterday. Today, about 42 degrees. We're seeing sunshine along the Front Range. 32 for Vail, Avon, 33 and 35 for Eagle. Tonight, 3 degrees for that low temperature. Sun setting a little bit longer. 7:15 is when that thing's going to set. And then for the weekend, sunny for Saturday and Sunday. Looking real good once again. 33 for Saturday. Those are definitely midwinter temperatures. 38 for Sunday, a little bit more like spring-like temperatures. Sunshine once again for Monday, 40 degrees. 43 for Tuesday, Wednesday, 40 degrees. And we have a next system rolling in possibly Monday afternoon into Tuesday, into Wednesday. Maybe some snow showers for Tuesday, occasionally, and maybe some more snow showers for Wednesday. But yeah, like springtime is here. It doesn't quite feel like it first thing this morning. It definitely feels like midwinter, but it's going to be a nice day all around Eagle County. We're knocking on the doors to the weekend. And let's find out right now from Tracy what kind of shape the mountains are in. We know we've seen a lot of snow, a lot of terrain available. She's got your resort report coming up next.
This resort report is brought to you by Sun and Ski Sports, your new mountain sports headquarters.
Okay, Mark is claiming that he's got green on his shoes, so next time we see him, let's hope he's doing a handstand so we can prove that. But I will tell you, the proof is there, and the skiing and riding is fantastic on both Beaver Creek and Vail. And as we take a look at the resort report today, I would say get out onto Beaver Creek and do a President Ford's, burn those legs, and get all the way down that Strawberry Park lift. Lift hours at Beaver Creek, 8:30 to 4 o'clock. Look at our season total, 278 inches. I mean, it's just really amazing out there. Everything is open, and we're seeing a lot of snow. And what I love about it is the snow just kind of keeps coming. Like every couple of days, we get a little more snow, so it really is maintaining it. And the positive about these chilly temperatures in the next couple of days is it keeps the snow around and it keeps it in good condition. Might want to do some groomed runs this morning as you head out to Beaver Creek. 25 lifts open, 98% of the terrain, and 163 trails open. As I was telling you, we're happy to say over on Vail Mountain today, you can ski and ride on the front of the mountain until 4 o'clock. Now, if you're a local or if you're a visitor, one of the signs of springtime and getting close to the end of the season is when Vail Resorts opens their lifts till 4 o'clock. So it always kind of puts a hustle in some of us locals that have been maybe working too much. Like, it's time to get out and enjoy the mountains. So hey, locals, I'm talking to you. Stop working so much and get out there. 1 inch in the last 24 hours, and I was up on Vail Mountain yesterday, and you can definitely find some nice snow. 6 inches of new snow in the last 48 hours, a 70-inch base depth, which is just fantastic for this time of year. 100% open over in Vail with 33 lifts, so really easy to access the whole entire mountain. All the restaurants are open as well, so if you're looking to get out and have a good time and maybe take a break in the afternoon and get some food, you can do that right there on Vail Mountain. We are going to take a quick break. When we return, we're talking to a local artist, and down the road a little bit, I'll be cooking right here on Good Morning Vail.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. I am Tracy Miller, and not only do we have radical and extreme skiers and snowboards and athletes here in the Valley, we have a lot of artists as well. Whether they're jewelry makers or ice sculptors or painters, we have a great art community, and in the summertime, a lot of art festivals. Right now, though, our very own Maddie Evans had a chance to head up to Beaver Creek at C. Anthony Gallery and talk to one of our local artists who's been around for a while, and actually a lot of her artwork has been on different event t-shirts and posters here in the Valley. Maddie gets a chance to talk to the artist Britton.
If you're looking for something very fun to do for the next couple of days, well, you should make your way up to the St. Anthony Gallery and meet Britton, because she is an amazing local artist here, and I heard that your pieces can turn a house into a home. I love that. Thank you. I love that too. When he said that, I was like, oh, I'm so stealing that from you, Eric. And so people can come up here and meet you and hear the inspiration behind your incredible works of art.
Yeah, ask me any questions you want. Talk to me about a commission. This is a perfect time. Yeah, make your house a home.
Make your house a home. And I think that that is so cool, because we've chatted before, and we've been in this exact area with all these incredible pieces that you have around us, and we've heard a little bit about your story. So for people who don't know who you are and what kind of art you do you want to give them a brief overview?
Sure, I'd love to. Let's see. Well, my work is definitely interpretive. It's about your experience with it. It's not about anything in particular. It's a feeling, and I want it to evoke a memory in you that feels good. Something that you cherish, a reflection of you personally. So it's important for me, for you to have the experience with the art. It's not really about me when I finish the piece, it's all about you.
Which I think is so cool and such a unique way to look at the art. Now, we have a great organization here. It's called the Vail Symposium, and they did this incredible program years ago where they brought a neurologist in, a art collector, and a curator to a gallery, and they talked about how pieces of art can take you to the same state as meditation can. And
Absolutely.
I feel like you capture that so well in your art.
Yeah, that's the state I'm in when I paint. People always ask me that. I'm in this state of total bliss. Like, I'm in my bubble, and I don't think about anything. It truly is that place of personal serenity, and I just surrender to that space of nothingness where everything is possible, and what comes out is totally organic, and it just flows, and I don't fight with it. I just allow it, and that's the magic, you know. And I like to think that is what people pick up when they experience the art, as it takes them back into themselves, into that same space where they can feel good and remember something awesome.
Which I think is so unique, and I think that's one of the special parts about your art. And you have had this wonderful collaboration with C. Anthony Gallery for quite some time, because you do such an amazing job, and you have so many different pieces and so many different sizes, so people can really come and find that perfect piece to make their house a home.
Yeah, I've been here a long time, 17 years, which is
amazing.
Hard to believe. It makes me feel a little old, but that's good.
No, it's so cool to see that you're such a well-known local artist, and you have such a beautiful collection here. And then you've got a really unique piece up front that's going to benefit Battle Mountain right now that we should talk about.
We should talk about that. Yep. Sure. Yeah, I mean, everything is about the layers, so it's all about the experience, and I feel that way with this gallery too. Every year is built on itself and evolved into something really beautiful.
Which we love to see, and we love to get to take the time to chat with you and learn all of this great information, because I feel like you're such a strong inspiration to so many. And I feel like this piece that you are donating to Battle Mountain is such a unique piece that's going to help those kids who truly look up to you as an artist kind of get their footing in maybe the art world.
Yeah, it's basically you can sponsor a student to go on their annual trip to LA for art enrichment. They're going to a bunch of different museums, and hopefully it'll just light that spark within, and we'll get some future artists out of it.
Now, as you were kind of finding your footing in your career, who were some of the artists that inspired you the most?
Oh, that's a good question. I've got a handful. I definitely resonate with Mark Rothko a lot for color theory and just the emotion of color. Caravaggio back in the Renaissance for just that deep, dark richness and the play of light. Like, I love the contrast and the drama that he created. And then I think Gustav Klimt is also an influence as far as just the metallics and kind of the design that lays in the fabric of everything. And then maybe one more is Frida Kahlo, just for her radiance and power.
Love Frida. She is one of my favorite artists to this day.
And her rebellious spirit, that I think that's important.
It's one of those things that draws you into an artist, and that's one of the appeals that you have for so many people, because your art does resonate with that simple side, that peace, that remembering of a moment.
Universal language. Yeah, that's what the universal language of art is really inspiring.
Which, if you had to pick a highlight moment of your career, which would you pick?
A highlight moment. There are many. I would say one of the first that I really still cherish is there was a family that came in. Gosh, this must have been the first year I was showing in the gallery, and one of my very first paintings that I really had an emotional attachment to. It was something that I had just kind of discovered what I do now, just really putting my heart and soul into it and letting it be, allowing it to happen, and surrendering to that whole process. And this family came in and they actually saw, they had just lost one of their children, and they had an experience with the art where they felt that child in the painting. And I will never forget that, because it was just, I realized then that the power of what a piece of art can evoke, and the peace that they found in that, knowing that he was safe and had moved on. And that one, that's a heavy one, but it's that one will stay with me forever.
I just got head to toes goosebumps, and my eyes, I feel like, are starting to water as well. And that's one of those moments where you've made the right choice and the right steps in your career path, because you are doing what you love and you're being in the place that you love, and you're having these moments where you do get to fully surrender, but you're also helping people find that peace and find that, wonderful moment where that art is going to make that house a home.
Yeah, it's so far beyond me, it's above all of that.
You are such an inspiration. Your work is absolutely breathtaking, and you can see the power that it holds within you and then within the people that are interested in it.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you for taking the time to meet with us and giving me all this great information. I still have goosebumps.
Oh, that's awesome.
We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show.
Good morning, Vail.
All aboard the Leadville Railroad. A time for family, friends, hot cocoa, and a relaxing trip. Enjoy our heated lounge cars. View snow-capped mountains. Book today at leadvillerailroad.com.
For fun and adventure, join me on Elizabeth Stanton's Great Big World. Find out where I'll be going next and which celebrities I'll be bringing along with me. I'll show you amazing destinations with lots to explore, and you'll get to know my celebrity guests the way they really are, up close and personal. We'll travel the world, experience new cultures, and together, try to make a difference. I'm Elizabeth Stanton, saying the world's a big place, and I'm going to show it to you.
Are you ready to party like it's 1999? Make your plans now for the ultimate après-Avon Beer Festival, back in Avon April 1st starting at 1 p.m., featuring rad tunes from Blink 90210 and jammy jams from Bandcamp, plus unlimited beer, wine, spirits, and more. Tickets on sale now at avonbeerfest.com. Brought to you by the Town of Avon, Bighorn Toyota, C-Dot Mustang, PSI Plumbing, Can Do MS, and Pazzo's Pizza. avonbeerfest.com.
Nap Harvest, your local marketplace for fresh, locally produced products. Our indoor farmers market is open 7 days a week, featuring locally grown organic produce, prepared meals, honey from our Nap Nectar hive, furniture, cutting boards, and much more. We source and sell locally grown and produced products from the Vail and Roaring Fork Valleys. Visit us at our new location in Eagle Ranch, 717 Sylvan Lake Road, next door to Color Coffee Roasters.
Eyepieces of Vail has been a fixture in the Vail community for over 30 years. From designer frames and sunglasses to high-performance sports frames, prescription goggles, and in-demand accessories like helmets, goggle lenses, and foldable reading glasses, our inventory raises the optical bar. Visit one of our 7 locations today and see why generations of loyal customers return time after time for our unmatched service and inventory. Eyepieces, the art of vision.
Time to rise and shine? There's no better way to start your day off than with the Good Morning Vail crew. You asked for more and TV8 delivered. Good Morning Vail is here for you with your local news, sports, weather, and community events every morning from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. No matter the season, we give you a reason to watch, so grab your coffee and join the fun. Live stream us at tv8vail.com or on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. And remember, there's more for you on 92.
Good morning, Vail.
Hey everybody, good morning. Welcome back to Good Morning Vail, our Friday edition, knocking on the doors of the weekend. Hey, I'm going to kind of shift a little bit to the side and talk about something I've done recently for some ankle therapy. So I hurt my ankle back in September playing tennis. I had a small tear in my Achilles tendon, and it's been antagonizing all the way through the winter, and I've been skiing on it and Nordic skiing and ATing and really making it angry. 3 or 4 weeks ago, I was at Copper walking up the mountain a little ways to watch my son's ski race, and I was walking up with Joel Dekanick. He's a doctor and he's the owner of Vail Integrative Medical Group, and I mentioned that I had this Achilles tendon issue, and he said, I need you to come by one of my offices. He's got one in Eagle and one in Edwards above the post office. He's like, I want you to check this thing out. It's approved by the FDA. It's called EPAT, and it's acoustic pressure, and it sends waves stimulating through the skin into the it activates the metabolism. It breaks up the scar tissue. It increases blood flow, and I just have to say, hopefully next week we get to talk to him on TV, but I wouldn't mention it unless I notice a significant difference. My ankle feels brand new. I've been there like 5-6 times for these 10-minute sessions where they just kind of run this machine over and it zaps pressure waves against your skin, and it sends these shock waves on the inside of the skin through the damaged tissue, and it breaks it all up and regenerates it, increases blood flow, and I feel so great. I'm so happy about it. If you have any tendon issues anywhere in your body or even muscle issues, you should check out Vail Integrative Medical Group. It's well worth it because Joel and his crew, Josh, they are amazing. And hopefully we get to talk to them next week and maybe show you the machine, but I'm beside myself at how well it's worked. That's all. I just had to say it because I can walk again and have fun. Okay, I'm going to shift again and talk a little bit more about kids' television programming. That's a pretty good segue from ankle therapy to kids television programming. There's a show that's been on TV for quite a while now. It's called Coco Melon, and it's about these animated puppets of sorts that are used in an environment like a TV show to kind of educate children on making good choices and doing the right things. It's called Coco Melon, and Maddie had a chance to catch up with part of the Coco Melon team and talk about this amazing programming, how far it's come, where it's headed. Let's find out more what Coco Melon is all about.
New Year's means new routines, and especially if you have those little ones at home, there's a great show to help your little ones develop those routines, and that's Coco Melon. And I've got Liliana Vasquez joining me, and she has been a force in the TV industry, but you are one who really likes Coco Melon to help with your routines at home.
I do. I am a new mom. I'm a first-time mom. I have an 18-month-old, so we are deep in the CoComelon world, and I have loved it because it's not only a great way for him to learn numbers and sounds and colors, but it's also an amazing opportunity for us to teach and play as a family. We watch it together. We sing the songs in the car together. And I love the CoComelon community, and we just did an amazing study that found that 74% of parents think that establishing routines with their kids can feel like a battle. I am part of that 74%. So I'm so excited to share some of the insight that we found in this amazing study.
So let's talk about some of this insight, because the statistics behind the help and really the structure that CoComelon helps form are so prevalent and so there that it's really incredible to see these statistics.
It really is. When you think about this, 73% of parents think that their kids can actually learn good habits from characters on TV shows. And more than half of parents actually use songs and nursery rhymes as a tool to help children follow these really good routines. And thanks to CoComelon and anyone that's ever watched it, there is a song and an episode for every single routine, even the really hard ones like bedtime and bath time. And parents with kids who actually watch CoComelon are not only more likely to implement successful routines with their children, like brushing your teeth and bath time, but also follow more of them than those that don't watch CoComelon. So if you are a parent and you are struggling with any of these, if you start listening to these CoComelon songs, like Bath Song, which is a massive favorite among parents, I promise it makes things so much easier. And CoComelon parents agree with me. They think that bath is actually one of the easiest routines in their household versus parents that don't watch Bath Song or listen to Bath Song. They think that can actually be one of the more challenging routines. So starting routines with your children, teaching them the songs, teaching them the lyrics can really help set you up for success.
Now, there are a lot of shows out there like this that are structured to help kids kind of create those routines and learn. What do you think makes CoComelon stand out so much from the other ones?
Absolutely. Well, great question. I think for me, it's watching my child be able to learn what he's hearing and learn about what he's seeing. It's the colors, it's the tone, it's the inflection, it's the pacing of the show. I mean, I'm somebody that works in television. I know how important pacing is. And this show is really designed to help preschoolers learn. And that's what I love about it. So whether you're listening to the songs or reading the books, the characters are so engaging. They're made simple so that your children can really connect with them. And I think that's what makes CoComelon so different. And obviously the fact that it's about this opportunity to teach and play as a family and co-watch these shows together or co-learn through the books and reading, it's an amazing opportunity to build, quality time as a family. And I think that's what makes CoComelon so different.
Now, you've talked so much about your personal experience and how this has helped you. Now, what's the number one trick that CoComelon has really helped you and kind of that little routine that you guys have needed, except for the bath time one?
Great question. So brushing teeth. I have a toddler who does not like to brush his teeth. I took him to the dentist and she was like, Mom, you got to work on it. So what did I do? I literally put on a CoComelon episode. This is the way we brush our teeth is the song that we sing over and over again. And I'm not saying that it has made my child love to brush his teeth because he's difficult and he can have an opinion, but it has made it so much easier. Something about me singing the song takes his mind off of me literally brushing his teeth. And then the best is he's trying to sing it while I'm brushing his teeth, and it extends the routine. But I guarantee you, my child is going to go back and visit the dentist and she's going to be so impressed with the quality of his teeth because we have made toothbrushing so much easier just by listening to This Is the Way.
I think that's so incredible, and what a great way to build core memories, not only for him as he grows into these routines that are probably going to stick with him with the songs and everything, but a great way for you to build those core memories to hold on to with your child as well.
Absolutely. Routines can be hard. And I know that at the end of the day, parents are tired, kids are tired. So we want to bring as much goodwill and positivity into these hard routines. And that's an easy thing to do, is to establish these routines with these awesome CoComelon songs.
Now, if people are interested in getting involved in the CoComelon community to help use it to build child routines at their home, what's the best way for them to find it?
Oh my gosh, my favorite way to connect with other parents is via CoComelon's Instagram or TikTok. There is a community of parents and kids waiting there for you that are like-minded with tons of hacks and tips for really establishing routines and just building better structure in your own family.
And now if people are interested in streaming CoComelon, where can they find it to stream it?
You can find it on YouTube.
Which makes it nice and convenient and easy, especially if you're always on the go, and that way you can put it on in the car if you need to.
Absolutely. You can find CoComelon pretty much everywhere at this point.
Liliana, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us, and thank you for being so genuine and transparent through your parenting journeys. I know that there are some struggles when it comes to this, and so we just want to say that we see you and we appreciate all that you do.
Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Make sure that if you have a child at home and you're looking to build those routines in a way where it's positive and fun, that you check out CoComelon, because it's going to be one of those things that's definitely going to help you improve those bedtime routines, those bath time routines, or those brushing your teeth routines. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show, so stay tuned.
Good morning, Vail.
When people think of world-class destinations, they're drawn to a place that provides opportunities for fine dining, shopping, superior lodging, exciting events, and unparalleled outdoor activities. Park City, Utah, and Vail, Colorado are renowned destinations for travelers and extraordinary homes for residents. Feature your exceptional products and services in these two luxury communities. Advertise with Park City Television and TV8 Vail. Contact us today.
Here at Sun and Ski Sports, we are all about helping you find the right gear for your best adventure. Come explore our selection of skis, snowboards, bikes, clothing, and footwear. Stop by our full-service shop to learn more about how we help keep your equipment at peak performance and our assortment of rentals. Remember, whatever your adventures may be, you can find all your gear here at Sun and Ski Sports. Call or visit us in Avon or Dillon, or learn more at sunandski.com.
I'm Clinton Griffiths, the host of Ag Day Television. Get the latest news about crops, livestock, rural living, and so much more from our award-winning team. Follow the food you eat from the field to the store to your table every day, because what's happening on the farm matters to you and your family. Watch Ag Day weekdays.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Have you heard the exciting news? Well, we're here to share it with you. Good Morning Vail is now a podcast, so you can stream us on all of your favorite streaming devices, whether you have an iPhone or an Android. So make sure that if you are on the go, that you get in the know by streaming us on any of those platforms. We love what we do here at TVA, and we love to give you the information, so make sure that you can catch us all the time.
Hi there! Are you ready to explore famous neighborhoods from New York City to Kentucky? Watch The Neighborhood with host Nicole Newman. Featuring famous people, unique history, and delicious places to eat and drink. Our viewers get an inside personal look at each neighborhood. With each episode we learn, grow, laugh, and live like a local, not just a visitor. Welcome to The Neighborhood. Check your local program schedule and tune in.
I got some birds waking up out here on Gore Creek Drive first thing this morning. We have the sun going to make its way up and over the Gore Range here shortly. Cool first thing once again. Morning. We're going to see sunshine throughout the day. It's cool to start once again, but our high temperature midday probably about right around 32 degrees right here in Vail. A little bit cooler up on top of the mountain, a little bit warmer to the west. Okay, that's what you can expect. Here's a look at what's happening for the daytime. 8 o'clock right around the corner. 10 degrees, 32 for that high temperature, sunshine throughout the day. And there's that Vail by the hour forecast. We got clear skies tonight, sunshine all day long around Eagle County. And we actually have sunshine all around Colorado, a little high pressure system treating us nice for the next couple of days. 42 for Denver today, 32 for Vail, 33 for Avon, 35 for Eagle. Tonight, that sun will be setting at about 7:15. A little bit later, clear skies, 3 degrees for the low temperature this evening. And then we've got sunshine and 33 degrees for Saturday, sunshine and 38 degrees for Sunday. And then we have mostly cloudy skies with a 20% chance of maybe some moisture. 40 degrees for that high temperature on Monday in Vail. And then for Tuesday, 43 degrees for the high. Occasional snow, 50% chance of some moisture coming our way. And then Wednesday, 40 degrees with a 60% chance of more precipitation. Snow showers is what we can expect probably out of that, especially at the higher elevations. It's that time of the year. You never know exactly what to expect, but spring is here, winter's here. It's all kind of the confluence of seasons happening right now. This weather report brought to you by Sun and Ski Sports. Let's talk about the clear skies. It's going to be sunny today most of the day. You want to make sure that you have the proper goggle lens on your eyes, so less fatigue on the eyes, and you can see the best way as possible. Tracy has our eyepieces and goggle bar lens of the day segment coming up next.
Lens of the Day is brought to you by Eyepieces of Vail and Goggle Bar, serving the Vail Valley for over 30 years.
A bright and sunny day means you're going to have a lot of reflection, not only just from the sun shining down on you, but from the sun reflecting off the snow below you. So if you're hitting the slopes today, make sure you put your sunscreen on. I actually saw a guy yesterday and he flipped his goggles off and the line, his suntan line, was so intense. I was like, oh, buddy, maybe a little sunscreen will help that out. I know it looks cool, but it was pretty intense. And today you're actually going to want to cover up your whole face, which is why I am featuring the WM1 Anon goggle. And what I'm doing here is it's a magnet, okay? The magnet technology is top notch right now and it makes it really easy. Why I wanted to feature this today is because it's going to be chilly outside. And look, this is a magnetic gaiter. So when you're like really cold on the slopes and you're going down the hill really fast, all you have to do is flip that right there. You don't even have to mess with it. Yesterday I was trying to shove my gaiter up inside of my goggles, which not only creates an air pocket, which hurts your eyes, which my eyes are still sore today, but it also makes it really cold. So this goggle is going to be a really nice one today, and this is going to be the lens that you want to wear. This is a dark lens, so if you have a dark lens today or a reflective mirror lens, that's what you're going to want to wear today. Look at all the lights. See, it's nice and warm in the studio with all those lights, but it's going to be chilly out on the slopes. So make sure you protect yourself, dress warm, and look at this little breathability as well with this Anon goggle. It really kind of takes every feature and makes it happen with this goggle. And another thing is this is made for women. So if you have a smaller or more narrow face or a nice long one like I do, then this goggle is really going to fit your needs. There's also a men's version as well, so don't feel left out, guys. And look, this pretty pink color will match with your green today. So check out these great goggles. You can find them at Eyepieces all over the valley. And this magnet technology is really where it's at, especially on these cold days where you need to get that face covered up pretty quickly. So go outside, protect your eyes, get some vitamin D today. And speaking of vitamin D, I'm actually going to be cooking in a few minutes, and I'm using an ingredient that is high in vitamin D. What could it be? Stick around and I'll let you know.
Good morning, Vail.
It's the fastest half hour in television. Toyota's Race Week takes you inside the high-speed world of NASCAR. Go behind the scenes for a look into the high adrenaline world of motorsports and hear from your favorite drivers as they discuss the drive to a championship. If you love NASCAR, you won't want to miss Toyota's Race Week.
Are you ready to party like it's 1999? Make your plans now for the ultimate après-Avon Beer Festival. Back in Avon, April 1st, starting at 1 p.m. Featuring rad tunes from Blink 90210 and jammy jams from Bandcamp. Plus unlimited beer, wine, spirits, and more. Tickets on sale now at AvonBeerFest.com. Brought to you by the Town of Avon, Bighorn Toyota, CDOT Mustang, PSI Plumbing, Can Do MS, and Pazzo's Pizza. AvonBeerFest.com.
Coming up this season on Ready, Set, Renovate, real homeowners tackle really big renos.
Welcome to the ugliest house in the neighborhood.
It's a wild ride from before to after.
If we go to the tile store one more time, only one of us is coming out alive.
Well, I didn't know he was going to do all that.
Between the budget and the timeline, it's makeover madness.
Hi, it's Master TV at Vail. We want to invite you all to the Wacky Winter Reading Program. It's open to all ages. All you have to do is read 10 books or 1,000 pages. For more information, go on our website, tv8vail.com. And thank you to our sponsor, the Eagle Valley Library District.
Good morning, Vail.
Okay, happy days for me because I am in the TV8 kitchen. Good morning to you. I'm Tracy Miller with Colorful Cooking. That's my catering business, and my mission with Colorful Cooking is to add fruits and vegetables to everything and eat healthy. So we were talking about getting vitamin D. They say get outside in the sun at least 15 minutes a day and get that vitamin D. It helps with your mood, it helps with your health, and it's just fun to get outside. You can also get vitamin D from mushrooms, and today what we are going to be cooking is a mushroom and mozzarella frittata and some breakfast potatoes. Really easy stuff. I tried to keep it so we only have just a few ingredients and make it really easy on everyone. But first of all, I have to thank Danielle, our manager here, the general manager at TV8, because she asked me what I needed in the kitchen, and I said, I needed a really nice cutting board, and look at what she delivered. It's so nice. First of all, it's a bamboo cutting board, and I wanted to show you this because safety in the kitchen is of paramount importance. And this little red thing right here, that might look like nothing, but it's super duper important because look, my cutting board isn't going to wiggle around. It's not moving around at all. And when you're cooking and when you're chopping with a really sharp knife, you don't want anything wiggling around. You want to have a real secure area. So if you're looking for a great cutting board, personally, I love the wood cutting boards, the bamboo cutting boards, and if you can find something like this, wow, it really makes my day. It's the small things in life, folks. If not, if you have your own cutting board and it starts moving around while you're cutting and you're kind of like chasing it all over the place, then put a wet paper towel underneath it and that will secure it. Okay, so today we've got some mushrooms. I have baby Bella mushrooms. So the baby Bellas are just the smaller portobello mushrooms, and they're actually, if you like button mushrooms better, they're all kind of related. The button mushrooms are the babies. If they grow longer, they become the baby Bella mushrooms. If they grow longer, they become the portobello mushrooms. So they're all related. They have tons of vitamin D, and they also have a lot of zinc. And zinc has been on everybody's radar since COVID because zinc helps improve your immune system and it keeps you strong and it keeps you healthy. So if you're one of those folks that's like, I've been popping zinc pills since COVID and I feel great, awesome, good for you. Now add a few mushrooms to your diet as well. So when you're making a frittata, and a frittata is just really like baked eggs, but you start it off in a pan. So you're going to need a pan that you can move to the oven. So we started off on the stovetop over medium heat. I have coated the whole entire bottom of my cast iron pan with olive oil. Now I'm an olive oil gal. I prefer it over butter. I like butter on my toast, and butter is like a finisher. But when I'm cooking, I always use olive oil. It's healthy for you, and then you just have one oil hanging around. So what we're gonna do now is, this is medium heat. I put my olive oil in the pan after it got warm. And now I'm just gonna kind of lay the mushrooms down. What you wanna do is put your mushrooms down and make sure they all have a nice flat surface. Now this is gonna cook up. Mushrooms cook up really nicely, actually, and it's really hard to overcook them too. So if you're making this frittata in the morning and you're like running around, you're fixing your hair, you're tending to the children, you're drinking too much coffee, you're talking on the phone, whatever you're doing, you can really just kind of let these just sit here and start to get cooked. All right, so they're gonna have olive oil on one side of everything. And whenever you're cooking anything, you kind of want to make it so that it's spread out so every piece of the meat gets some heat. Same thing as if you're baking something and putting it on a baking sheet. You want to spread it all out. Don't put a big clump on there and then pop it in the oven because it's not going to cook evenly. Spread everything out, give it all some space, let the oil, let the heat kind of go around every little piece of what you have. So we're gonna get these mushrooms cooking. I'm gonna let them cook in the olive oil without touching them. Don't be an over stirrer. I'm gonna let them cook without touching them for about 1 to 2 minutes. And meanwhile, we're gonna get our potatoes going. So I decided on the cast iron pan here because I can put that in the oven as well as on the stove top. You can also do that with an all-clad pan, but this one we're gonna use actually for our potatoes. So the key to making breakfast potatoes is to boil the potatoes before you cook them. So, it's not really hot. I cooled them down, actually. I'm just joking with you. So what I did is I boiled these new potatoes beforehand, and then I've cooled them down. So this makes the potatoes nice and creamy, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna chop them up and we're gonna cook them on the stove top. This also reduces the cook time because sometimes potatoes, when you cook them from raw in your pan, they take quite a long time. So once again, I am going to put a little olive oil in my pan, let this bugger heat up. We have a while to cook these, so I'm just gonna put them on a low temperature and I'm just gonna chop them up and kind of like big chunks too, because we've got a lot of people in the studio today and they want to eat these potatoes. And we've got the fingerling potatoes, so some of them are little, some of them are big, some of them are purple, which look at that beautiful color. Isn't that so pretty? Gosh, I love those purple ones. And then the white ones. You can buy these at the grocery store. They come in little bags. They're just called fingerling potatoes. And that means that they're young potatoes. And right now, with the spring happening, all of our fruits and veggies are looking so good in the grocery store. It's a totally different place than it was like 2 months ago. So make sure you get your nice, fresh fruits and veggies and the young ones as well, because they're just gonna be a little more tender. So we're gonna put these guys in our pan over a low heat because we have a little time, because we will be finishing this up next hour. So I'm just gonna make sure I get these in here over the low heat with some olive oil. Flatten it out like I was telling you before. Just make sure everything is getting its own space, its own personal boundaries in our frying pan. And then we're just gonna put a little salt and pepper on it. Okay, I just make a salt and pepper mixture. Look at these mushrooms. See, already, just in the few minutes I've been talking, they're already getting nice and cooked. So I'm gonna stir them around so we can flip them over. They smell good too. They also have potassium. You know, mushrooms have been medicinal for many, many years, thousands and thousands of years. The Chinese use them all the time. A lot of people use the mushroom powder in their smoothies just to get some of the antioxidants and minerals and vitamins that mushrooms hold. I just love them really anyway. My favorite way is actually cooked. Okay, so now we're going to move over to the eggs. Let's see, we've got the potatoes cooking over low, fingerling potatoes so they're nice and young. And then we are going to, we're going to kind of scramble up about 6 eggs. And this will probably feed 4 people or so. I like to keep it at 1 to 2 eggs per person, just depending on what age your people are. So me, I like 1 egg a day. So I have 3 in here already. I'm going to crack 3 more. I'd love to tell you that I can crack it with 1 hand, and I used to practice all the time, but I wasted so many eggs, and since eggs are so expensive now, I can't do it. I'm just going to crack them with 2 hands because that's how it works. Okay, so then we have those 6 eggs in here. We're going to whisk them up really nicely. Eggs are so healthy for you. Do not be afraid to eat eggs. The yolk, it has so many minerals and vitamins. It's actually considered one of the healthiest foods in the world. So always, I just love having some eggs for breakfast in the morning. Okay, so here we go. Now this is the start of our frittata. We have our mushrooms all over like this. A lot of olive oil on the pan. I'm going to turn it down really to low right now. What you need a lot of olive oil for is because you don't want your frittata to stick to the bottom. This is like the hardest part of the frittata. And so we're going to put the eggs all around it. Make sure there's nice coverage everywhere. All right, things are quieting down a little bit. We have our eggs in here. We're going to kind of slow cook the eggs, and we're not going to touch them. What we want to happen now is for the eggs to cook from the bottom, and then once they continue cooking and it feels like they're ready to go, which what I mean by that is that they are cooked all the way on the bottom, and we will check that by kind of wiggling around the middle. Then we're going to pop it into the oven under broil, and we're going to cook the top of the egg, and that is how you make a frittata. So we've got the mushrooms in there. I'm going to put a little more salt and pepper on top. Season everything as you go. So every time you add a new ingredient, we're going to season it, and we're just going to let this slow cook for just a little while the bottom gets completely cooked. So once again, I have my mushroom frittata in my cast iron pan. We are going to try to cook it slowly on the bottom with 6 eggs, and then when we return, we will be cooking the top of it, and we'll be adding some cheese to the top as well. Right now, my potatoes are on low. I don't hear anything going on with the potatoes, so I'm going to turn them up just a little bit because they are nice when they get a little crispy. And once again, we have parboiled the potatoes, and what that means is we cook the potatoes before we cut them up and put them in here to make the breakfast potatoes. And anytime you're cooking potatoes, these fingerling potatoes, if you cook them in water before you sear them up or before you roast them in the oven, they're going to have that creamy texture in the middle, and then they're going to get kind of that crunchy texture on the outside. And now if you can see this, it's starting to kind of heat up and boil a little bit. I'll move those around so the oil gets underneath everything. And our frittata is slow cooking, but still has a little ways to go. So we're just going to let that slow cook for a little while longer. We are going to take a quick break. When we return, we have more Good Morning Vail, and we're going to finish up our breakfast here in just a few minutes. So keep it right here on Good Morning Vail, and thanks for joining us on this St. Patty's Day.
Good Morning Vail.
Nap Harvest, your local marketplace for fresh, locally produced products. Our indoor farmers market is open 7 days a week, featuring locally grown organic produce, prepared meals, honey from our Nap Nectar hive, furniture, cutting boards, and much more. We source and sell locally grown and produced products from the Vail and Roaring Fork Valleys. Visit us at our new location in Eagle Ranch, 717 Sylvan Lake Road, next door to Color Coffee Roasters.
If you haven't seen Good Day Vail lately, here's what you've been missing. I'm Cece Zach, and I'm the host of Good Day Vail, and you can find us on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92 or on our website at tv8vail.com and on YouTube. We're here to serve the Vail Valley, and we look forward to sharing our story with all of you.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
We're really excited to introduce you to TV8's newest on-air segment. It's called the TV8 Visitors Bureau, and what that does is it helps you navigate getting around town from point A to point B, or find the restaurant you want to go to, or maybe even give you tips on where you should go for what kind of meal you're looking for. And right now we're here at the Avon Transit Center, where we're going to be giving you information on which bus you should catch depending on where you want to go, because there's a red line, a blue line, a skier and restaurant shuttle, and so there's a lot of information here. If you're staying down in Avon, the Avon Skier Shuttle will pick you up at so many great locations and get you up to Beaver Creek Mountain for you to enjoy skiing and riding up there. And the bus comes every 15 minutes to each stop, so therefore you can get to the mountain very quickly and efficiently. You can go to avon.org for more information in the entire bus schedule. Now, the EcoBus is an inter-county bus that can take you from Eagle to Vail and anywhere in between. Whether you're looking to go to Minturn or Eagle Vail, this is the bus that's going to get you from point A to point B. And for more information on that, you'll go to eaglecounty.us to see exactly the bus schedule that's taking place there. That's going to do it for this edition of the TV8 Visitors Bureau. I hope it helps you get from point A to point B, and it helps you navigate the bus system here in Avon just a little bit. We'll be back with more after this.
Get up, get ready to start your day. The mountains are calling you out to play. Come on, we'll make you feel right at home. Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Good Friday morning. Here we are taking a live look outside at Vail Mountain Gondola 1. All of the employees are loading up. They're getting up to their designated spot on Vail Mountain. They're probably bundled up pretty well. It is nice to take that gondola ride, I'll tell you, because it's nice and warm in there. And this morning, the gondola will be opening at 8:30 for skiers and riders. And it's going to be a brisk start to the St. Patrick's Day out there this morning. So definitely wear that extra layer. We're looking at high temperatures in the mid-30s today. A nice sunny day, and of course we'll have a full look at the weather forecast coming up here in a few. But that was a live look at Vail Mountain. And I was telling you earlier, I don't know if you just joined us or not, but it is great skiing and riding. I got a chance to get out there a little bit yesterday afternoon with my daughter. And the one thing I'm going to say is we were coming down near Gondola 1, and we were on about that northwest side, and I think it got a little sun-baked. So it was hard. It was hard packed. So you're going to want to look for some groomers in that direction today, and probably some groomers in general, because when the spring hits, and I always tell people that are out visiting, like, don't rush to get up in the morning. Go have breakfast, have a cup of coffee, let things warm up a little bit. But if you're one of those gung-ho people, or you're from the East Coast and you've been up for like 4 hours waiting for the slopes to open, get out there, enjoy it, and get on some of those corduroy runs. Vail and Beaver Creek both groom a ton of runs runs. They have a grooming report that you can find online, or you can find it at the base of the mountain. They usually put it up on a piece of paper so you can actually take a screenshot with your phone. Those groomed runs early in the morning on these sunny days are amazing. It just makes you feel like the world is yours. Make sure you don a little green today because it's St. Patrick's Day, and as legend goes, if you wear green, the leprechaun, that little rascally leprechaun, won't be able to see you. Therefore, the leprechaun can't pinch you. But we were talking earlier, and probably nobody's pinching anymore because of, Me Too movement, boundaries, all that kind of stuff in the workplace. So just wear some green today so none of your coworkers have any ideas on if they want to pinch you or not. And happy St. Patrick's Day to you. Make sure that you're safe out there if you are celebrating today or tonight. We are going to head back over to Vail. But right now I have to tell you, things are starting to smell really good in the studio. Last hour, I started a mushroom and cheese frittata. It's cooking on the bottom right now. We are going to come back in a few minutes and finish that up, and some breakfast potatoes with these spring fingerling potatoes that are so delicious. So we're gonna have a healthy breakfast. I'll tell you again how to make it, and that's coming up in just a few. But right now, let's go back to Vail, where our TV8 leprechaun, Mark Sassy, is hanging out. Morning, Mark.
I got green on my sneakers. The tongue on these Adidas is green for whatever reason. So we're talking about the green tongue today and the corduroy. Right here at the base of Gandhi 1. Gandhi 1 just started spinning about 5 minutes ago for the employees to make their way up onto the hill to get ready for all of you coming to enjoy the skiing and snowboarding on Vail and Beaver Creek, both resorts. Spectacular snow conditions. We have a resort report coming up soon, but let's talk about our weather for your Friday for the Vail area. We're at about 10 degrees right now to start. We're going to see bright sunshine throughout the daytime, so make sure that you apply your sunscreen multiple times. Don't just do it once, do it every hour, do it every half an hour. Just keep applying it. It's going to help also insulate your skin. As you look at the Vail by the hour forecast, you can see 10 degrees to start, 26 around noon, 32 our high temperature, probably between 1, 2, 3 o'clock, right around there, and then cooling off into the low teens to start this evening. Denver 42 and sunny, Vail 32 and sunny, 33 and sunny for Avon, and then sunshine and 35 a little further west down towards Eagle. High pressure dominating right now for the Eagle County for a little bit longer before more snow comes our way. 3 degrees for that low temperature tonight. Clear skies. We're looking at that sun setting a little bit later, about 7:15 this evening. And as we jump ahead for that 5-day, the weekend's going to be sunny, 33 to 38, Saturday, Sunday, sunshine for both days. And then for Monday, mostly cloudy as the next system rolls on in, 40 degrees for a high temperature, 20% chance of some moisture. For Tuesday, 43 for a high temperature with a 50% chance of moisture, occasional snow, and then more snow showers, 60% chance of snow showers, and 40 degrees for Wednesday. So there you go. There's your weekend forecast. Sunshine all weekend long. Apply your sunscreen. Get up and enjoy the snow, the conditions, the corduroy. And it's nice out here. And Tracy's going to update you, if you didn't hear about it in the first hour, about what's happening on both resorts in terms of terrain and snowfall and lift access. She's got your resort report from the studio coming up next.
This resort report is brought to you by Sun & Ski Sports, your new mountain sports headquarters.
Okay, we're going to give it to Sassy. He's got a little bit of green on his shoe, but did you see the girl behind him? She's got green top. She's got the little headband with some leprechaun good luck shamrocks on there. So get out, celebrate the day, just have fun with it, and think about it as a lucky day. And green is such a good color on so many people, so you might be enjoying a good outfit today as well. Get out there on the slopes with your green because the skiing and riding is phenomenal at both Vail and Beaver Creek. Vail is pretty much all the way open. They've had 6 inches of new snow in the last 48 hours. And one of the great things today in Vail is the front of the mountain is open until 4 o'clock. I was up there yesterday racing down to try to get a last run. and they closed at 3:30. So I did not get that last run, but you can get it today up until 4 o'clock. And that's always kind of a sign of the times that spring is here in the Vail Valley when Vail Mountain keeps their lifts open on the front until 4 o'clock. So 8:30 to 4 o'clock, people are starting to line up. They're getting excited, ready to get out there on the slopes. 98% open. Head all the way back today. It's going to be a sunny day. And if you make it all the way back to Blue Sky Basin, there's a hut up there where you can get a nice warm drink, and there's a great fireplace too. So if you are chilly, you can warm up on Vail Mountain. 297 inches is the season total with a base depth of 70 inches, extending the season all over the place. 275 trails open, 100% open on Vail Mountain, so you really can't get too lost if you're headed out there. 8:30 to 4 o'clock are when the lifts are open today on Vail. As we head over to Beaver Creek, we are going to see that the lifts open at Beaver Creek, and they open at 8:30 and they go until 4 o'clock. Great skiing and riding at the Beav. So get out and enjoy today. Have a happy St. Patty's Day, and keep it right here because we're finishing up that mushroom and cheese frittata, and I can hear those breakfast potatoes. They are cooking away right now. We'll be right back.
Good morning, Vail.
Nap Harvest, your local marketplace for fresh, locally produced products. Our indoor farmers market is open 7 days a week, featuring locally grown organic produce, prepared meals, honey from our Nap Nectar hive, furniture, cutting boards, and much more. We source and sell locally grown and produced products from the Vail and Roaring Fork Valleys. Visit us at our new location in Eagle Ranch, 717 Sylvan Lake Road, next door to Color Coffee Roasters.
Do you love the outdoor lifestyle? Well, then make sure you tune in every day at 6:30 and 10:30 p.m. to catch The Scoreboard Nation. It's an outdoor lifestyle show dedicated to your three favorite mountain towns, Park City, Utah, Vail, Colorado, and Reno, Tahoe. I'll be your host, Maddie Evans, and I can't wait to see you there.
When people think of world-class destinations, they're drawn to a place that provides opportunities for fine dining, shopping, superior lodging, exciting events, and unparalleled outdoor activities. Park City, Utah, and Vail, Colorado are renowned destinations for travelers and extraordinary homes for residents. Feature your exceptional products and services in these two luxury communities. Advertise with Park City Television and TV8 Vail. Contact us today.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. Here we are back in the kitchen with our healthy breakfast. We are making a mushroom and cheese frittata and some breakfast potatoes. So the breakfast potatoes, I cranked them up a little bit. I'm actually going to add just a little more olive oil to those right now, just to give them some more flavor and keep them kind of cooking at a nice rate, because they're starting to get that nice crispy on the outside. A tiny bit more salt and pepper, but really right now what we're going to focus on is our frittata. Mushrooms in there. We're talking mushrooms are so healthy, they're super low in calorie. And what happens when you make a frittata is you cook the bottom on the stove and then you cook the top in the oven under the broiler. So this is like the only difficult part about making a frittata, is making sure that it's going to come off of the pan. So when you put it into this oven, you want to make sure, like, look, see how it's kind of, it has some give from the pan. So when we finish the top, I'm going to flip it over on here, and that's the kind of the point where you're like, please come out all together. That's why we coated it nicely in olive oil. So right now I have the broiler on high. I have some mozzarella cheese, and I'm going to say we're eating potatoes that are low in fat. We have mushrooms that are low in fat. So we're going to be adding a little fat to this, buddy. And I like to put the cheese on top when I'm putting it into the broiler, because it kind of crisps it up a little bit and it gives it a really nice texture. Mozzarella is a good melty cheese, of course, so we're just going to use about a cup of mozzarella. We have 6 eggs and probably a cup of mushrooms, and we are going to pop this right into the broiler right now. So I'm going to go to the oven. I'm going to open it up. It's hot. It's getting hot in the kitchen. I have the cast iron pan, so it can go from the stovetop all the way to the oven. We're going to put it right here in the oven under the broiler. We're going to do that for not very long, like a minute or so, and then we are going to get it out, pop it out here, and really keep your fingers crossed and hope for the best, because you really want your frittata to fall all in one place. And the nice thing about frittatas when you have guests, or you're getting ready to start the day, is you can eat a frittata hot or you can eat a frittata cold. So if you're running around and you're getting everybody off to school or whatever you're doing, you're dealing with the dog, you're dealing with everything to get ready to start the day, and you don't get to your frittata in time, it's okay. You slice it like a piece of pizza and you can eat it on the go. It doesn't have to be hot. It still tastes good when it's cold. A lot of times you like to add something to the frittata. So today, in honor of St. Patrick's Day, we are going to add some arugula. Now you might have heard of rocket. It's a leafy green, and it's the same thing as arugula. It's just called rocket. It's got a very peppery taste, and that peppery taste actually means it's full of antioxidants. So arugula and any leafy green is really, really going to be good for you. Great for your eyes, great for your skin, great for your immune system. So really I try to eat leafy greens every single day, whether they're raw or they're cooked. Now arugula stems, from the Mediterranean, and it's a really healthy addition to a lot of different foods. You can cook it up. I was thinking about putting it in the potatoes and kind of frying it up a little bit, but I decided we're just going to have it a little leafy on top of our frittata, because sometimes it's just nice to have a little something on top of the frittata. The frittata, of course, is 6 eggs, 1 cup of mushrooms, 1 cup of mozzarella cheese, and salt and pepper. So really simple ingredients, very, very healthy. Eggs are really, really good for you, really high in iron and selenium. And then the mushrooms, of course, like I was telling you before, they are so good for you. They're so medicinal and they're so low in calories. And one of our sponsors here on TV8 is Knapp Ranch. They're located in Eagle, and they have a farm here in the Vail Valley. It's like the most beautiful thing you've ever seen. You drive up into the high altitude, and then there's this gorgeous farm. And what they're specializing in right now is growing mushrooms. So if you ever go to their shop in Eagle, you're going to find exotic homegrown mushrooms that have so many flavors. All right, we have our frittata in there. It's been in there for about a minute or so, and I'm actually going to take the potatoes off the heat, move them over here, and get ready for some frittata space. And we're going to cross our fingers. Come on, everybody root for me here that this frittata is going to pop out of the pan just perfectly. Okay, here we go. We're taking it out. Ooh, yes, look at how nicely that looks with the melted cheese on top. I gotta turn this thing off. It's getting really hot in the kitchen. Okay, so here's what we have. And look, it's all gonna come out nicely. And actually, I am not gonna flip this one over because I put the cheese on the top. So if you put the cheese, if you mix the cheese in with the frittata, then you can flip it over. But since the cheese is on the top, I'm gonna take an even more high risk movement here. With one spatula, can she do it? 1, 2, 3. Look, it's like a pizza. And arugula is actually a great topping for pizza. So now we can just cut our frittata into however many slices you want. Nice and easy to cut. Here we go. It's our pizza frittata. And it's vegetarian. And then we're just gonna sprinkle some of this arugula right on top. Since the frittata is nice and hot, we're gonna get a little bit of wilting from that arugula. And I'm gonna put a little tiny bit of olive oil just because I'm gonna make it like a little salad. And look, we're talking pretty little use of olive oil here. We're not doing a lot of fat. That mozzarella cheese is gonna give us some fat for the morning, but our mushrooms are really healthy, low in calories. Our arugula is very healthy, low in calories. We do have some of the potatoes that have crisped up nicely. I love those purple colors. They're gonna be high in potassium. They have a little more calories, but they're still gonna be really, really good for you and really healthy. So we're gonna get those on the plate. Let's get 2 pieces of frittata. And there you go. You have yourself a lovely breakfast that really does not take that long to make. And if you're gonna take a look at this piece of frittata, look, you can pick it up just like a piece of pizza and enjoy it delicious like that. It's really hot though. Maybe don't pick it up quite yet. And again, you can let it sit for a little while and enjoy it. So thanks for joining me here on Colorful Cooking. This is a mushroom and cheese frittata. It's got a nice crisp on the top from the cheese, a good spicy peppery flavor from the arugula, and these potatoes, delicious as well. Enjoy.
Good morning, Vail.
Hey, welcome back to Good Morning Vail. We're inside of Eyepieces at the end of Bridge Street next to Gandhi One. I've got Tyler Moore, one of the. You're always here all the time. You're all the time. This is where you are. You don't jump around to the other shops, or do you? Is this kind of your baby?
This one is definitely my baby, but I also am in charge of our Stone and Elf sports store.
Oh yeah.
So I do kind of bounce between, but most of the time you'll find me right here at the base of Gondola One.
Yep.
Ready to help you out however I can.
So let's transition, talk about sports, because obviously everybody's here to ski, and it's been a great winter. We've had a lot of snow, great conditions. We're transitioning a little bit into springtime, more warmer weather. I see more people out riding bikes, and for my crew at the fly shop, there's more people fly fishing. So people are starting to kind of transition just a little bit, right? So you may be thinking about putting your goggles away every once in a while and transitioning into like a shield or something that's going to be a little more useful for other sports, along with skiing and snowboarding also, right?
Right. I mean, it's springtime. So who doesn't love taking some springtime turns on the mountain?
Yeah.
Spring skiing, honestly, such a great time out there. It's nice, warm. So we still got you covered. We got a great selection of goggles.
You got some green ones here too, Tyler, for today, for St. Patrick's Day.
It is St. Patrick's Day. Yeah, happy St. Patty's Day, man. Yeah. It's crazy to believe.
St. Tyler's Day. It's St. Tyler Day.
I don't know about that.
I don't know.
But yeah, so a lot of great goggles, a lot of them even available in prescription here. This is a really cool one. We can build it into the back of the goggle lens itself, or this little guy here. If you have a set of goggles you like, or you like one of the other goggles on the wall,
most goggles, right?
Adapts into most goggles, and then you don't even have to get them prescription if you want. You can just get them regular. 2 lenses, depending on the conditions. We're still seeing a little snow in the forecast coming up this week, so that's always a great little thing. And then, transitioning into spring, if you want to ditch your goggles, we have some of the best selection of sport optics around.
And shields, there's been a big push for shields have come back in a big way, right? Am I just seeing that on the outside looking in, or do they never go away?
No, the last couple of years, it has been the hot ticket item.
It kind of has, right?
For sport, hanging out, anything that looks like it's from like the late 80s, early 90s right now.
In a big old shield, goofy shield on some of those.
Exactly, is really nice. And then it's cool, even like some of the Smith shields.
Wow, look at that. Is that you guys right there?
Yep,
wow.
Available in prescription as well. So if you like that look, and you're kind of tired of your traditional like 2-lens sport glasses, this is a really great option for, a lot of bikers or people who just want that look. So we really try and work with you. If you need prescription, if you don't need prescription, we have like some of the best options out there. So it's really exciting, kind of seeing this trend change, and start going into summer. Start getting like you said, fishing, biking, golf, paddleball, tennis.
Yeah.
Whatever floats your boat.
You and I chatted real quick, and we'll get into this this other new stuff, these new metals. But I asked you because about all the fishing stuff, and I said, you got anything new that's hot and polarized for people to not only fishing, because some people just like to wear a polarized lens because of what it offers, but you have some new stuff also from Makita, right?
I do. I think every fisherman's heard of Maui Jim and Costa.
Yeah.
2 amazing brands, long established. But I think one of the new lenses on the scene that I really personally enjoy would be from one of our favorite brands here called Makita. They came out with this polarized Pro lens a couple seasons ago, and it is fantastic. It's a brand new type of polarized technology film. There's a lot of contrast enhancing filters as well too. These things are crystal clear. I love them for any of my outdoor adventures in the summer. I feel like I just see the world so much better.
Do they do? Is it a glass lens, or is it a poly, or is it they have one of each, or how does that work?
It's their own composite material, so it's not poly nor is it glass.
Okay, so it's their own.
Yep.
Okay, gotcha.
So super cool there. Really cutting edge. You really have to just come in and take a look through these to kind of understand how vivid they are. And then for those people who are kind of always having to lift their glasses up to read their phone or anything, you can actually see your screens.
People turn their head sideways to read their phone.
You can actually see your screens much easier through this lens than I find in my Coasters or Mauis.
Let me ask you this. And I know why, but let's explain. Why do people turn their heads? Because of the rays, what it's blocking coming off of, let's say, the water or your phone, right?
Correct, yeah. So what Polarize is doing is reducing certain types of glare. That allows you to see through the glare, hence, you can see the fish under the water because you're not just staring at the glare on top of the water. And then with, your phone lights and everything, while it's not necessarily glare, it's still filtering light in a specific way that can kind of sometimes make it a little hard depending on the angle of your phone.
Yeah, your
to
phone
read.
can go completely dark until you turn it sideways.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, if you're interested in checking out some new polarized tech to see some more fish, I would definitely recommend the Makita
I'd
Pro.
like to check those out too for sure. All right, what do we got here? Some new metals.
And then new metals from one of our newer brands, T. Henry. This is awesome. We have been waiting on this product for like 6 to 8 months since our initial order.
Kidding.
Yeah, finally made it through production. I mean, gorgeous custom dip-dyed lenses. Really awesome just details on the frame. It's all beta titanium out of Japan. And apparently, I need to get a little more 411 on this, but these little little bridge pieces here are actually from a certain supercar grill. Like it's actually from like a high-end.
You got to let me know what that is.
I got to figure it out. Yeah, I got to get the 411. But just really cool, fun designs. Great colors on the lenses. Like I'm really stoked on this. This is probably one of my favorite new releases that I've seen recently.
Love the look of it.
Yeah.
Not even knowing anything about the brand, just looking at it, it's cool looking to me.
Yeah. I mean, we have everything. If you want, just kind of every day to like super cool, unique stuff. Eyepieces have you covered. The selection here is
They have
out
your
of this
eyes
world.
covered, man. You have their eyes covered no matter what it is. Between all the locations, you have them covered. Let's talk real quick about your locations, the eye services that you offer too, because it's great information for people. And that's where you really started.
Yep, exactly. So, going over locations first. So we have 3 here in Vail Village. We have our Village Center store across from Solaris. That'll have the doctor services, our lab. Then we're up here at the base of Gondola 1 at our Bridge Street location. Biggest goggle selection in Vail. And then we have Eyepieces Sport over at the Son and Alp. A little more boutique, sport-focused than the other 2. Don't forget Lion's Head. Got a nice boutique over there. If you haven't been up to the Beaver Creek store, please go.
The new location.
The new. It
new
is.
And improved, bigger, better.
I finally got to go last week for the first time and see it in person. Blew me out of the water.
You finally got to go.
I finally got to go. I dropped off some product and hung out there for a little bit. I hadn't seen it like in person, stocked. It is like the shopping experience in Beaver Creek.
Yeah, it's neat.
Sorry to all the other shops.
And the location
but
is spectacular.
Yeah, we're right on the
Takes up
corner.
that whole corner. It's really great.
Floor-to-ceiling windows. You got to go check it out. And then we're also down in Edwards. If you find yourself down in that neck of the woods. And then if you're over in Snowmass, we got one over there at the Viceroy. And then as for services, doctor services. So if you're here and you need your prescription done, or re-upped, I should say, doctor comes in Tuesday, Thursdays, starts in Edwards, comes to Vail around 3. So you can always give us a call, check availability, and we could usually slot you in. It takes about 30 minutes.
Guys, is full of information, and he's fired up today. St. Patrick's Day. Swing by Santa Tyler. He's just loaded, wants to share all of this with you. There's no need to have the wrong lenses right now, whether it's goggles, prescription glasses, sunglasses, shields, anything. They've got you. They also have helmets. You also got helmets. You got a little bit of everything. You got earbuds for the ears. You got it all.
Pretty much, we can tell you anything neck up.
Neck up.
We can help you out with.
Hashtag neck up. Come by and see Tyler today at Eyepieces. We have more of Good Morning Vail, our Friday edition coming up. We'll be right back.
Good morning, Vail.
All aboard the Leadville Railroad. A time for family, friends, hot cocoa, and a relaxing trip. Enjoy our heated lounge cars. View snow-capped mountains. Book today at leadvillerailroad.com.
Are you ready to party like it's 1999? Make your plans now for the ultimate Après-Avon Beer Festival. Back in Avon, April 1st, starting at 1 p.m. Featuring rad tunes from Blink 90210 and jammy jams from Bandcamp. Plus unlimited beer, wine, spirits, and more. Tickets on sale now at AvonBeerFest.com. Brought to you by the Town of Avon, Bighorn Toyota, CDOT Mustang, PSI Plumbing, Can Do MS, and Pazzo's Pizza. AvonBeerFest.com.
Nap Harvest, your local marketplace for fresh, locally produced products. Our indoor farmers market is open 7 days a week, featuring locally grown organic produce, prepared meals, honey from our Nap Nectar hive, furniture, cutting boards, and much more. We source and sell locally grown and produced products from the Vail and Roaring Fork Valleys. Visit us at our new location in Eagle Ranch, 717 Sylvan Lake Road, next door to Color Coffee Roasters.
Eyepieces of Vail has been a fixture in the Vail community for over 30 years. From designer frames and sunglasses to high-performance sports frames, prescription goggles, and in-demand accessories like helmets, goggle lenses, and foldable reading glasses, our inventory raises the optical bar. Visit one of our 7 locations today and see why generations of loyal customers return time after time for our unmatched service and inventory. Eyepieces, the art of vision.
Good morning, Vail.
And thanks for joining us here on Good Morning Vail on this St. Patty's Day Friday. If you're getting up on the slopes early this morning, we're going to suggest that you hit the groomers. It's pretty chilly, and those groomers are going to have nice conditions for you. Fast conditions as well, so you might not really think about needing a ski wax, but as the temperatures change so much like they do in March, ski wax, tune, it's all really, really important. Maddie Evans had a chance to talk to some folks that have a ski wax that is environmentally friendly. Let's see what Toko has to say.
One of my favorite things in the entire world is getting out and enjoying the snow and our beautiful mountains. But when you think about that, you don't always think about the wax on your skis or the things that you're using to protect your clothing and how it could have an impact on the environment. Well, Toko has taken a lot of steps forward to make that not a thing, where we're protecting our environment but enjoying it to the fullest. And I've got Ian Harvey joining us to give us some more information on how they came up with this incredible product. Thank you so much for joining us, Ian.
Thanks for having me.
I am so excited. We're getting so close to ski season, finally being here. The snow is falling. We're seeing a lot of precipitation here. And so as we get closer and closer, you think about that water runoff that comes in the springtime. And I have never thought about what my ski wax could do to the environment.
Yeah, that's been a topic that has been really prevalent lately. The fluorine in wax is proven to contaminate to a small extent water tables and so on. So the ski industry has taken steps to eradicate that problem.
Which is something that you guys are really focused on. And so as we're talking about the differences in ski wax, let's talk about the difference in just performance wax and then something that would go into like a professional ski racer's wax and how your product can do both.
Yeah, so fluorine or fluorocarbons has been a staple for race waxes for many years now, since the mid-'80s. And that's been the problem child for the ski industry and wax and the environment. We've had a project for about 10 years now. We've been trying to find alternative substances that work very well instead of fluorine to replace it, you could say. We've come up with a strategy. We call it XXX, but basically there's an anti-static element, there's a durability or hardener element, and then there's a hydrophobic and super slippery element. And those 3 elements combine to call what we call in Toko World XXX. And we've tested hundreds of different substances for each one of those elements, and then in different proportions. And we've come up with some waxes that have been testing on the World Cup. We tested in the World Cup last year in every discipline and every venue. And they've been parallel or quite close to the fluorinated race waxes of the past. So we're very excited about that, both because of the environment and also because of the waxers themselves. We all are waxers. And then in principle, because we all love and enjoy the outdoors as much as anyone else.
Well, and it's really important. A lot of people don't understand how often they should be waxing their ski gear or their snowboard gear, and especially because you want to treat that base like you would treat your skin with that porous base. You want to do it while it's warm, you want to get it to set in there, and then you want to just like lightly remove that thick coating on it. And so if people are going to use your product, how often do you recommend that they wax their equipment?
So the way I look at it, that's more of a personal standards decision. Or we make. There was a study done about 20 years ago worldwide, especially in Europe in the Alps, and they ascertained that about 5% of the people actually wax their own skis, hot wax their own skis. And so once we ascertained that, then we decided we need to make waxing easier for people. So we have a whole line of waxes that are liquid spray-ons and liquid rub-ons, as well as solid rub-ons, not just hot waxes. And that's for the other 95% to make it easier for them and more affordable for them as well. So we have the whole broadband of easy to apply waxes to hot waxes to race waxes, etc.
Which is incredible, because a lot of things that people don't know about getting their skis waxed is there's a different color for the different temperatures. So you kind of have to switch your wax as you're switching maybe what you're doing, where you're going, the skiing, the terrain, and all of that. And so you guys offer all of those different products, correct?
Yeah, and that's a really important point, because if you want to have your skis turn the way you want them to, as well as slide the way you want them to, you need to have wax that's appropriately arranged or appropriate for the conditions. And a hard wax such as blue it minimizes dry friction from cold. So it basically makes the skis slide where there's no free moisture in the snow, where you just have very hard, sharp crystals. It makes the base harder than the PTEX material. Whereas the other extreme would be yellow, and that's very hydrophobic. It's greasy and hydrophobic, and it's very water repellent, which is what hydrophobic means. And so the properties of the wax are very different. And when you hot wax, you change the properties of your ski base to accommodate the factors in the snow that need to be neutralized to make the skis both slide well and turn well.
Which I think is so important for people to understand. This is one of my favorite analogies that I grew up using in the ski industry, as I'm a product of working in the ski shops, being raised in the ski shops, is you treat your skis the way you treat your skin. And so your skis are just as porous as your face is. If you take an ice cube and rub it on your face, it's not going to feel as great, but if you put like a thick coating of lotion on there and then you rub it on there, you're not going to feel it as much.
I think that's an appropriate analogy. Yeah, I would agree with that.
That's the one that my father always taught me. Now, shifting gears a little bit from the skis, you guys also help people keep things and like clothing and boots and whatever it is waterproof, and that way it stays good through the winter seasons as well, without putting those harsh chemicals into the environment.
So yeah, Toco makes a product line called Toco Care Line. Care Line is a line of detergents and waterproofers for technical apparel, or like backpacks, tents, etc., and equipment. None of the products, of course, have fluorine or anything like that in them, but they perform very well. Our advantages, for example, the one you just showed there is Eco Tech Wash, textile wash. That product has no phosphates in it, no harsh enzymes. It's completely renewable raw resources and materials from raw resources. And another thing about that is it's very concentrated. The market leading product in this category is 1/5 as concentrated as this product, the textile wash. And that's significant because it also means 1/5 the bottles, 1/5 the boxes, 1/5 the amount of trucks and gas used to distribute, and so on. So it's not just less expensive because of its concentration, but it's more eco-friendly. Other than that, the products are comparable. But that's a key point, I think.
That is a key point, and especially as you're going to use that kind of tech wash to get everything nice and dialed in for the ski season. I know that my gear could definitely use a solid wash, but one of the things that I'm most worried about is the more times you wash it, the more you're going to damage that waterproof coating, and to have a product like this is so important, and especially as we're gearing up for the winter.
So that's true. The product we just talked about, Eco Textile Wash, also has less enzymes in it, which eradicates DWR coatings, the durable water resistant coatings, as well as it creates wear on the apparel where you see colors fading. But we do make a product called Eco Textile Proof, and that is how you can restore the water resistant layer of outerwear while also keeping it breathable. A lot of people don't realize that you apply, or you want your outer layer to be water resistant for two reasons. One is to stay dry, of course, but the second one is if that outer layer becomes saturated with water, then the garment is no longer breathable. And you get that garbage bag effect, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
So using an Eco Textile Wash is textile proof is very important.
And you guys create all of these products, which makes it nice and convenient. So if people would like to shop your products, that way they can bring everything home with them, from the waxes to the washes to just everything that they can do. What's the best way for them to find you guys?
So we're in a lot of local dealers, but different dealers carry different product categories. So the most universal way to do that is to go to tocous.com. There we've got every single product that we make.
And that way people can just shop online, get it delivered to their door, and especially if they're like maybe traveling a lot right now, which a lot of people are now that we're in that slower season. And then one other thing, if people want to follow you guys on social media, can they do that?
Yeah, TocoUS.com and TocoUS on Instagram, Facebook, etc. One point about the Toco US and local dealers, which is very important to me, and I think most of us, is we have a system where if a person purchase a product on TocoUS.com, local dealers, we have a system to accommodate this. Local dealers have the opportunity to claim and fulfill that order if they have the product. So it's kind of the best of both worlds, where you have every product we make and local dealers have the opportunity to claim and fill that order.
Which makes it nice and convenient, and especially if someone's out and about already running errands, they go online, they buy it, and then maybe they can just stop by and grab it right there at one of their local dealers, or that's a great way for them to just track that product down right here locally.
Yep, exactly.
Ian, thank you so much for taking the time chatting with us, and then thanks for all of the hard work that you guys put in to help protect the environment. We want to see this snow keep coming, and this is a great way, one of those steps that you can take to continue to see that snow keep coming.
Well, I think just living responsibly is the best step we can take. We all love winter and winter snow sports, and I think it's in our best interest to live accordingly, to respect the environment, and to support those products and organizations that respect the environment.
100%, and we're so grateful that you guys are doing just that with all of your incredible products.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Make sure that if you are getting ready for ski season and you need to get your gear nice and waxed, that you're using this incredible product. That way you're just being a little bit more eco-friendly as you move forward. And then, of course, take care of your gear in the best way possible by using the best products possible. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show.
Good morning, Vail.
When people think of world-class destinations, they're drawn to a place that provides opportunities for fine dining, shopping, superior lodging, exciting events, and unparalleled outdoor activities. Park City, Utah, and Vail, Colorado are renowned destinations for travelers and extraordinary homes for residents. Feature your exceptional products and services in these two luxury communities. Advertise with Park City Television and TV8 Vail. Contact us today.
Here at Sun and Ski Sports, we are all about helping you find the right gear for your best adventure. Come explore our selection of skis, snowboards, bikes, clothing, and footwear. Stop by our full-service shop to learn more about how we help keep your equipment at peak performance and our assortment of rentals. Remember, whatever your adventures may be, you can find all your gear here at Sun and Ski Sports. Call or visit us in Avon or Dillon, or learn more at sunandski.com.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Good morning, Vail.
Lucky for all of us, the skiing and riding is great. And today is St. Patrick's Day, so a happy day to you. Are you going to do some Irish whiskey shots? Maybe have some green beer later on? Whatever you do, be careful if you're out there on the slopes. Drinking and riding is not really a cool thing to do. Drinking and driving, very uncool as well. But ironically enough, the Westin in Avon is starting a new happy hour, and they are doing it Irish whiskey style. You actually get to sit in a barrel and drink whiskey. What? Our own Gretchen was able to talk to the folks from the Westin, so let's see how they're partying it up.
Welcome to this edition of Glitz and Glam. I'm your host, Gretchen Pleshaw. I'm here at the beautiful Westin Riverfront, all things Stranahan's with the praise ski event. I am
It's the fastest half hour in television. Toyota's Race Week takes you inside the high-speed world of NASCAR. Go behind the scenes for a look into the high adrenaline world of motorsports and hear from your favorite drivers as they discuss the drive to a championship. If you love NASCAR, you won't want to miss Toyota's Race Week.
Are you ready to party like it's 1999? Make your plans now for the ultimate après-Avon Beer Festival. Back in Avon, April 1st, starting at 1 p.m. Featuring rad tunes from Blink 90210 and jammy jams from Bandcamp. Plus unlimited beer, wine, spirits, and more. Tickets on sale now at AvonBeerFest.com. Brought to you by the Town of Avon, Bighorn Toyota, C-Dot Mustang, PSI Plumbing, Can Do MS, and Pazzo's Pizza. AvonBeerFest.com.
Coming up this season on Ready, Set, Renovate, real homeowners tackle really big renos.
Welcome to the ugliest house in the neighborhood.
It's a wild ride from before to after.
If we go to the tile store one more time, only one of us is coming out alive.
Well, I didn't know he was going to do all that.
Between the budget and the timeline, it's makeover madness.
Hey there, I'm Cece with Good Day Vail, and today you will be able to experience on our show how to find the best way for physical conditioning so that you can thrive in the mountains doing all the activities that you love to do. So stay tuned and watch Good Day Vail.
Good morning, Vail.
One of the many places that you can come and enjoy is Grill on the Gore, and I'm standing here with Executive Chef John Zavarol. Thank you so much for meeting me this morning.
No problem.
You guys have a very delicious soup buffet, and you personally bring all of these soups to life and create them with love.
I do. We just kind of do assorted soups and stuff like that. We have the signature chili, of course, which Chris mentioned, and then we try to do like a vegetarian option and some sort of protein type soup. So chicken noodle, and we'll mix it up too. Some of it's my heritage, like chicken wild rice is a Minnesotan soup, roasted butternut squash as well. We'll do some wintry soups like the butternut squash. I think we have a loaded baked potato coming up as well, and then also a French onion later this week.
Which is so amazing, and to just have that never-changing cycle of soups makes it a ton of fun to just come explore and see what you guys are offering per each day. So you kind of have an extensive background in being a chef and one of the many fabulous chefs here in our community. Now you're the executive chef here. So what brought you here?
Honestly, a movie called Out Cold and snowboarding. I wanted to cook, so I went to local in Blue, Minneapolis, St. Paul after high school. Came out here to do my externship at the Wildflower in 2006. Worked at the Wildflower, Kachina for about 5 years. Went up to the 10th after that. And then I was a chef at Tuscanini for about 4 to 5 years.
Which means that you're bringing the best of the best to the table here at Grill on the Gore. Now, as you're going through and kind of changing the soups, what inspires you each day to make that new soup?
I'm just trying to see what's in season, stuff like that, different ingredients, maybe play around a little bit too. Somebody mentioned like a hot and sour soup. I did that I've never made one before, so I made one a couple days ago, and it came out awesome, and everybody loved it, so.
One of your big things that you guys do here is you try to locally source a lot of your product, meaning that you're bringing a lot of the things from a lot of the great places that we know here in Colorado.
That's correct. I do like the zuppa toscana today as Italian sausage from a local place down in Denver, and then we also have local bison and stuff like that. Whatever I can get my hands on, really.
Which I think is such a cool thing that makes you guys stand out so much, because it's really cool when you know exactly where the food is coming from. That way you know you're getting the best quality of food possible. Now, you've been here for a little bit of time, correct?
Correct. I started June 21.
Which is amazing. And how do you like being here with this amazing view?
Oh, it's great. I mean, views you can't match those views. Golf course during the summertime and stuff like that, which we have expanded menu. So we'll run from like 11 to 7. Lots of like comfort foods, burgers, chicken sandwiches, salads, soups as well. So
all of the good stuff. And now, if people are interested in coming and seeing what soups of the day that you guys have, because you're always on that constant rotation, except for your signature bison chili, where can they find you, and what are your hours of operation right now?
I actually post the soups daily on Facebook, on the Nordic Center page, and then also you can give the Nordic Center a call, because usually they'll know ahead of time what soups we'll have when you come in as well. There's a little poster board that tells which soups of the day are.
And you can always tell when you get your hands on a good cup of soup based on if it's made with love, and I feel like you love what you do, so all of your food is made with love.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, seasoning and stuff like that, usually I'll make sure to taste everything before it goes out. So.
That is incredible. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us, giving us all this great information, and thank you for bringing everyone this nice, warm addition to their bellies on the regular.
Thank you.
Make sure that you come check out the Grill on the Gore, because it has a beautiful location, great food, and an amazing executive chef. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show.
Good morning, Vail.
Are you ready to party like it's 1999? Make your plans now for the ultimate après-Avon Beer Festival, back in Avon April 1st starting at 1 p.m., featuring rad tunes from Blink 90210 and jammy jams from Bandcamp, plus unlimited beer, wine, spirits, and more. Tickets on sale now at avonbeerfest.com. Brought to you by the Town of Avon, Bighorn Toyota, C-Dot Mustang, PSI Plumbing, Can Do MS, and Pazzo's Pizza. avonbeerfest.com.
Eyepieces of Vail has been a fixture in the Vail community for over 30 years. From designer frames and sunglasses to high-performance sports frames, prescription goggles, and in-demand accessories like helmets, goggle lenses, and foldable reading glasses, our inventory raises the optical bar. Visit one of our 7 locations today and see why generations of loyal customers return time after time for our unmatched service and inventory. Eyepieces, the art of vision.
Good morning, Vail.
A chilly start to your St. Patty's Day, so don the green and just put on as many layers as you possibly can. Going to be a nice sunny day, so layer yourself with some sunscreen as well, and keep your nose and your chin protected from the cold temperatures if you're getting out there early this morning. We have about 10 degrees as the morning temperature. That's what it was a little while ago, probably a couple degrees warmer right now. A light wind at 5 to 10 miles per hour, and high temperature today only near 32 degrees. So once again, it's going to be another chilly day out there, which means the snow is going to stay preserved. The sun is going to be nice and warm, but the air temperature will be chilly. Sunshine all day long, and then lows tonight down near 15 degrees with clear skies. So if you were up early, you saw that beautiful, little bit bigger than a crescent moon today, and we'll see that tonight as well. High temperatures throughout the valley. In Eagle, 35 degrees today. Avon, 33. Vail at 32. Heading on down to Denver, just a little bit warmer. They're going to be chilly down in Denver today at 42 degrees. As we take a look at tonight, burr, 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 burr. Put the fireplace on, turn the heat up, get a couple dogs to sleep with you. Could be a 3-dog night. You know that song actually comes from 3 dogs sleeping with you to keep you warm. Winds today at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. That will continue through the evening. Sunset is at 7:15. Clear skies tonight. Lows down near 3 degrees. As we take a look at the 5-day forecast, sunshine again tomorrow. Chilly temperatures. Few clouds start to roll in on Sunday. Things warm up a little bit, and maybe more snow for Tuesday and Wednesday. Thanks for joining us here on Good Morning Vail. Have yourself a happy and safe St. Patrick's Day.
Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
All aboard the Leadville Railroad. A time for family, friends, hot cocoa, and a relaxing trip. Enjoy our